and Deadly insulting me. So just normal service, really.
Hey, that's what we've loved for the last 100 shows, and hey, let's just keep that going for 100 more at least.
Get Radio Breakfast with Rich Smith.
Wow, I didn't think I'd be at this point on Get Radio where I was introducing Rich from the Melting Pot, and I'd be going, "Morning, Rich.
Good
100 not out. That is incredible. Morning, mate. How are you?"
I'm equally stunned that we've made it to 100 shows. In fact, I was quite stunned we made it to show 2, let alone 100. So yeah, not bad. Thank you, my friend. Not bad.
Likewise.
Oh, we've got a Deadly in the house as well. Yes, get in. Sorry, Deadly, I didn't know you were going to be there. Otherwise, I would have said both of you. That's harsh, isn't it? 100 shows. Rich, you've done all the work. Deadly has done absolutely sweet effort. No, joking aside. Look, it's at times like this. Whenever we have like milestones, a Melting Pot has been running for 100 shows. The show's going to be on tonight. It's at times like this where actually we look back, and I do this a lot when I chat to Ben with the Business Brunch. When we get to a milestone, and when we get to like a New Year's Eve, when Get Radio launch, it's always a great thing to go, oh yay, a birthday. But in this respect, in radio, we always look back. And I find myself doing that tonight with the build up to the 100th show. I found myself doing that. And I was speaking to you boys this morning. I find myself going back 4 years. Going back to chats with you both, just going, well, yeah, you've been in the music, yeah, put a show together, and I get transported myself back to my little flat that I was in during lockdown, me and Margot in there, and listening to the first show getting played on our Alexa that was there. Sorry for saying it, like all of them just gone off across the county now, and just listening to it and just going, wow, this is what I couldn't have dreamed of anything better than this, because you boys are in the scene, you chat to incredible guests, your music knowledge of the local scene is ludicrous, and every random messages from you both just going, oh yeah, by the way, they played in Oxford at this point, oh yeah, this is happening. It's incredible. I'll give it the build up and what have you from my point of view. But Rich, first up, what's your kind of take and feeling on getting to this milestone?
Well, I can remember 4 and a bit years ago being sent some information from a mate of mine, Nigel Everett. It's all Nigel's fault, saying you were looking for presenters. And I can remember writing a fairly self-deprecating, very, very dry email about middle-aged bloke with no fixed haircut, and then convincing Deadly to host the show with me. In all honesty, I thought as far as the first show, and then beyond that, it's been a case of it's just evolved. It's tremendously proud of the fact that we've got to 4 years. Tremendously grateful for the people that have supported the show during that time. We've had some wonderful guests. We've interviewed some true musical heroes, which has been phenomenal. Selling out at Jericho Tavern last year for the birthday party. Yeah, it's been a blast, hasn't it, Deds?
Yeah, I remember you telling me we've got a radio show, and I just turned around and said, "What do you mean we?"
I always remember that, and you say that when we hit these milestones, and you're both just like, "Oh man, we've got this." But look, at the same time, that we had a connection, we had a link, and all this kind of stuff. And we all got on. I mean, that's the first and foremost thing, that we just got on Zoom like we're doing now, because we literally weren't allowed to meet up. I mean, that's how mad it was. That's how long ago it was. We all got on. We all sat there and just said, yeah, this is great. But you took the bull by the horns, and so many people, kind of would have gone, oh yeah, we got a radio show, whatever. It might have got to show 7, and then whatever. But the show has just snowballed. It's become such a huge part of Oxfordshire. Amazing things have happened, like you mentioned, the birthdays, and even just I know Bless Deadly sends through the spreadsheet of everything that goes on, and I just found myself this morning just scrolling back, not just through the guests. The guests are incredible and a given, and you can cherry pick some amazing bands out there and amazing people that have been on the show, and then you kind of click on the random rock revelations as well. They've reached 100 as well. I mean, you know,
they're all true. They're all true.
They're all true in their own way. Covered Uncovered, 100 covers there or thereabouts with Covered Uncovered. It's an amazing feat and such a buzz and kind of we've looked back a lot, but looking forward, what do you hope? What do you expect? That's a loaded question as well because it's massive. But what do you see from show now to 200?
I'll let Deadly answer that after. Do you want to go first, Deds?
Well, yeah, why not? We've got a couple of live sessions coming up, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
One of them's very, 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 very good. Very, very pleased with this one, and it's such a key for the show. All will be revealed in the future.
Yes.
But I think, we don't want to stand still and rest on our laurels. We've got to keep evolving, and so maybe it's time for Cover Uncovered to be pushed aside for some new feature. I'm sure Rich will have something in mind.
Yeah, I think that you're only as good as your next show, and I think that's what keeps us on our toes. We never know what we're going to stumble across, what we're going to discover. That's the exciting bit. 4 years ago.
Stumbling. What are you on about?
Well, that's a fair comment, yeah. But 4 years ago, there was a lot of bands that we feature on the show that weren't around, and they are now. And you look at the sort of progression of a band like the Cockroaches, and we've sort of been championing them from day one, and they've just grown and grown in confidence, got better and better as a band. The Mighty Barricade, what I love about the Oxford music scene is it's so varied. You've got 18, 19-year-olds starting out. You've got people who've been in various bands and other guises. You get to have random conversations with punk legends, the Ruts, about travel lodges and fold-up chairs and stuff. You talk to Frank Turner about him shoplifting heavy metal magazines. It's bonkers, and I think that's what it's enjoyable, Rich. I think that's the thing. It's nice to share our passion for local music with the people that make it possible. We're only as good as the musicians. We're only as good as the music. Without that, there is no show. And I think that's why you don't get complacent. As Deadly said, considering it's complete organised chaos, and anyone stumbling across the show now will think, "What on earth is this?" We're probably our own sort of strongest critics because it's got to be good.
Yeah, and that's kind of echoed by everything that's in there. So many bands that you kind of have broken, have kind of brought to the table, have showcased, and evolved into not just people on the show, but into friendships as well, into part of your day-to-day lives, into going, oh yeah, we're going to put events on for our birthdays and all this kind of stuff, and there they are, and filling up the Jericho Tavern. That's amazing. Maybe of all of those things, and I'll put the question to both of you: is there a moment that still you kind of look back on? I know we are being a bit reflective and what have you in this, but rightly so, and a bit self-indulgent. And no, I don't care. But is there a moment where you kind of that you still hold dear, that you still look back and just go, oh wow, that was cool? Silence.
No, you, Rich.
No. No, it's all been not really.
Yeah,
no.
It's been terrible, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's all P45s now from Rich. I think that birthday party at the Jericho last year, standing on stage and just feeling so much support and warmth from musicians, and looking around, and there was a real mishmash of promoters, local music scene people, other bands. It was packed. It was a really friendly atmosphere, and we thought, we put this on, and realizing the show actually matters to people, which you never know, do you? You never know.
No.
Whether people,
you're so right. You're so right. You kind of go, oh well, we like this. This could be good, but again, it's that music thing. You go, well, are other people feeling this? Are other people liking this? Or other people care? And lo and behold, yeah. They did. What about you, Deadly?
For me, it was probably the first time you told us off for too much swearing on the show.
Yep. Yeah, you've got to be careful with the old duck quacks, because you've got to get them all. You got to get that's the only thing I would say. If you're doing it, you got to get all the duck quacks in. But there we go. Well, look, boys, we could sit and chat for hours. I know we could. All I want to say is proud of both of you. Amazing achievement to get to 100 shows. We want at least another 100 more. So hopefully that means you're sticking around for a little while longer. Well done to you both. It's amazing to have flag bearers for the Oxfordshire music scene, and you do an amazing job for it. So from Get Radio and all the listeners that enjoy it as well, I want to say a big thank you and an amazing milestone. Happy birthday. I was going to clap, but I realised that one person clapping is the most horrible sound ever. So I'm just gonna leave it there and say well done. And just quickly, Rich, tonight's show, what have we got? Obviously 100 up. Where we got
show 100. The wit and wisdom of Reg Ganley. Our special guest is Eddie Argos, who's a real maverick cult figure on the sort of independent scene. Been fronting a band called Art Brut for a best part of a decade. Lives in Berlin. Endearingly bonkers is Eddie, and it's a really nice chat with him. So it's been one of my favourite interviews. Loads of new music, covered, uncovered, factually correct random rock revelations that are all true because they're on C-Facts.
They're all true.
And deadly insulting me. So just normal service, really.
Hey, that's what we've loved for the last 100 shows, and hey, let's just keep that going for 100 more at least. Boys, absolute pleasure. Cheers, Rich. Cheers, Deadly.
Take care, Rich. All the best.
Nice one. Brilliant stuff tonight, 9:00, Melting Pot on your radios with more of that and just craziness. Just craziness with Rich and Deadly. An amazing local music show. You want to listen to the bands and all the funny stuff as well. Incredible.